What's up out there? You know, instead of getting mad at people for not agreeing with you or pushing your fucking narrative, and you got these questions, every time that you don't agree with somebody, the first thing they go is, well, why this or why that? They try to shoot all this bullshit at you that really makes you go, fuck, dude, have you looked into this shit at all? Or are you just shooting off your fucking mouth? Good morning, Deb. So, you know what? And I hate to fucking say it, but old Pervy Pawpaw said you got fucking Google at your fingertips and you're too goddamn dumb to use it. In 1997, Johnson County Jail in Franklin, Indiana, operated out of the Law Enforcement Center built in 1997. Listen to this. This is how fucking dumb these people are. They will not take no time to research nothing, but they want to fucking cuss and scream. Damn, I just spilled my coffee in my phone. They want to cuss and scream at other people because they see what the fuck they see. Will, out of all people, you should know better. You've been to I do know better, you dumb fat fuck. I thought about that shit this morning, and that really pissed me the fuck off. And I'm going to tell you why. These people don't give a fuck about facts. They give a fuck about what they can make somebody. Hold on, let me stop this. Y'all give me just a second. I ain't believing I spilled my fucking coffee everywhere. They don't give a fuck about facts. They give a fuck how they appear in a community, and if they can't make you follow what they want you to follow, they ain't got no use for you. If you've got a brain of your fucking own, and think for yourself, these people, dude. So let me finish reading this to you, you fat little fucker. I want you to put your goddamn donuts down. Put the fucking chocolate milk away. Don't smoke no weed for about an hour. Let your brain fucking get some oxygen. You fat fucking roly-poly little motherfucker. That shit made me mad. I went back over them fucking text messages. This motherfucker wrote me Harry Potter books last night. 1997, the Johnson County Sheriff's or the Johnson County Jail in Franklin, Indiana, operated out of the Law Enforcement Center built in 1977 through 1981. Long before major 21st century expansions, the facility had a restricted design with a capacity of roughly 104 beds, relying heavily on traditional booking paper, heavy processing, and face-to-face visitation. Capacity designed for just over 100 inmates, frequently facing strain from regional population growth. In other words, their fucking jail was overrun. And when you have a jail that has more inmates in it than and it's fucking packed, they're not going to lock up everybody. They're looking for ways to kind of put this person on probation or let this person go. They'll drop fucking charges. Why did they drop it down then to simple battery? Because he was fucking 18 years old and they didn't have nowhere to fucking house him, you fat fucking retard. That shit's got me fired up this morning. Designed just for over 100 inmates, frequently facing strain from regional population growth, technology, analog record. So they were having to write every fucking thing down. Everything was manual. Keeping physical mail delivery and in-person visits rather than modern video. Handled local pre-trial detainees and short-term misdemeanor sentences under the Johnson County Sheriff's Office, with felons sent to state prison. I mean, it's right here, and if you know what you're reading, what it's saying is this fucking jail was maxed the fuck out. Community Corrections formed earlier the decade. Johnson County Community Corrections was actively managing alternative programs like home detention to divert lower risk offenders away from the crowded jail. So when you got a jail that's fucking packed out to the max, they're going to find people that's not been in trouble, their whole life. They're not a fucking career criminal. And this clearly this kid wasn't a career criminal at the time. Well, he's a grown man now, but at the time he was a kid. But clearly he was just getting started out in life. So yes, you fat fuck, they're going to drop his charges down. They're going to make a plea deal with him. They didn't really want to handle it anyway. By late 1997 and early 1998, alternative sentencing programs were expanding just before community corrections moved into its own dedicated facility. If you are looking for information on a specific case or sheriff's or policy change from that era, let me know how to narrow down the search. That explains so fucking much. If you have a brain that kind of functions any at all, that says, okay, I see. Okay, now I see why they were working with people. It was a little ass place and it was over fucking run, and they didn't know what to do except for put people out on fucking probation or house arrest because they didn't have the funding for one. When you got a little jail like that and it's maxed the fuck out, the funding is always hard. But then, bro, he don't even know what he's talking about, HK. It's so fucking dumb. Well, he was found on bullshit. He fucking pled guilty. He pled guilty to it. That's all there is to it. He was sentenced to 3 years, that's why they suspended 2.5 of him and gave him 6 months fucking probation. That case was over with. That found not guilty, I don't give a fuck what that's about. That's something else. They don't find you not guilty after they find you guilty and sentence you. That's not how that works. And that's why I kept trying to tell them, idiot, last night. It would say conviction overturned. Trust me, I know. I mean, you can Google the shit in there. That's some, like Miss Brandy said last night, that's some fucking probation violation or something else. You can't really read all that shit. You'd have to get all the goddamn transcripts. That case number, when that's got, and that's what I kept saying, that rubber stamp means that they've concluded their assessment of that case. That case was over with. There was no going back or forth. Why would you, like Rusty said, why in the fuck would you go back after it was already over? That makes no sense. That's stupid shit, man. Castro can use a spoon to eat my cat's shit. No doubt, Jimmy. That's just dumb. I don't think Castro's a bad person. I just think he's fucking retarded and he's easily manipulated. He's trying to tell me your hate for Dagburn makes you where you can't sit. No, your hate for Tim, motherfucker, makes you where you can't sit. You hate Tim so bad you're willing to go over and lay up with this fucking weirdo that just wants to cause trouble everywhere he goes. It's fucking retarded, man. Y'all don't even make good trolls. And it's just, will I talk to her? You don't know if you talked to her or not. You talked to some, if you even did. I don't believe you, by the way. Let me just state that for the record. I think you're fucking lying. I think you're saying that way. Somebody can't say no, but I'm saying no, you fucking didn't talk to her. Why would somebody who was sexually assaulted in fucking 1997 reach out to your fucking ass over YouTube? How would she even know about it? And don't tell me it's because Ricky Peebler told her. I don't want to hear that shit. You know how stupid that sounds? That's you out of all people she's going to reach out to. Not Dagburn, not the motherfucker that got the shit started. She's going to reach out to you. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. You've been trolled. You're too stupid to fucking see it. And they got you looking like a goddamn idiot. Yeah, HK. That's what I said. That shit got me mad, boy. I got up thinking about that shit this morning and listening to that motherfucker call me an idiot and a fucking fake and this and that because I wouldn't fucking side with him over that shit. Yeah, to see the details. And to me, Brandy, it says what it says in black and fucking white. The dude is fucking pled guilty to it. There is no fucking, he went back. Who even makes up do you know how simple minded you'd have to be to believe that? That the motherfucker went back to court like a month before he gets off fucking house arrest? It doesn't say nowhere in there conviction overturned, because I promise you that's what it would say. The judgments, I'm thinking, are money that he was fucking fined through shit that he's done. Court orders and fucking shit like that. Like court costs and stuff like that. And the judge just threw it out. Not guilty, not guilty. He's not guilty of owing them. It ain't a goddamn thing to do with that fucking sex crime shit. It says judgment in it. And some of these motherfuckers don't even know what they're looking at because they've never been in trouble in their life. They're the ones that call 911. Some of these people call 911 before 911 was even invented. What's up, my brother? You know I can't do it that way. Hold on, let me drop it right here. Did he put out, hold on, I just dropped the link and put it in the back chat. Husband, you know you've been in trouble. You know the difference between a judgment and a fucking sentencing. Oh, yeah. No doubt. Hold on, I'll pin that. I read that in his thing last night. I had it up on I had his charges up there. And he's caught charges on different dates within that time frame, like within fucking weeks of one another. So them judgments are fucking more than likely are court dates, but it's not saying that he's not guilty of a sex crime. And I can't believe these motherfuckers are out here riding for him, fucking taking up for this dude. For what? For one, he's not part of our fucking community. For two, it makes you look bad when you're wrong. And you know what? They won't never admit that they're wrong. They just keep right on going. They don't give a fuck about nobody but their stuff. They're using that shit just to talk about. But like I say, if you're gonna be that fucking dumb and that arrogant about being that fucking dumb, go ahead. Let everybody see who you are. Just dust your fucking fingers off before you start dialing that fucking phone. Well, oxymoron. That is very true. But Cashville's complaint is why did they drop it down to simple battery? For one, they may not have had a strong case on them. Let's just be honest. For two, they got fucking first time offender shit, right? And that's what this fucking dude was. He was 18 years old. He's a first time fucking offender, is what it looks like. They had pretrial intervention shit, and he just kind of fell in the criteria. And that's why I was trying to tell him yesterday, dude, if you go and look, they revamped their system after 2003. That's when shit tightened the fuck up about that stuff. Today's times, no, he would not get away with that shit. They would burn his fucking ass. They didn't hardly have DNA swabs or anything like that back then. They didn't have anything but their testimony. But they believed that child because they put fucking, they busted his ass. The dad made it up. Yeah, likely fucking story. You know what I mean? The dad made it up. Okay. And then the girls, yeah. What are you doing talking to motherfuckers that are fucking victims of sex crimes? Question them like you got the goddamn authority to question a fucking victim. That shit burns my ass up. I don't play when it comes to this shit with kids, man. And it just, I hate even being caught up in this shit, especially at this age. Yeah, that fucking brick. But they didn't have technology like they got now. This dude's fucking guilty. That's all there is to it. He ain't suing a fucking thing. That's all just a bunch of smoke, buffing. I tell you what, Ricky, if you don't start handing out lawsuits, then we know, don't we? Because you're never going to, because you know what it says in black and white. Please do bring a fucking lawsuit. I wish you would. These motherfuckers are so goddamn hypocritical, man. And it's just something to keep everybody fucking stirred up. You dumb motherfuckers is why people are looking at it any fucking way. Let me get on. I bet that they don't even really, being that everything was on paper log back then. That's why it tells you that you have to contact the fucking clerk of courts, Brandy, is because it wasn't on digital. If it was digital, there'd be more information. I got my first DUI in 1997. Listen, so I got a DUI in Indiana too. And you know what they ended up pleading it down to? Reckless driving. You know how much time I did? None, because they extradited me back to fucking Florida. Indiana's a weak ass state when it comes to that shit. I got 6 months fucking unsupervised probation. I never reported. I've never went to them. I've never sent them a fucking dollar, and I ain't going to. I was paid at 6:45 in the morning. For who? He also told you that his parole violation is what was found not guilty, hence why he was ordered back to work release. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But you know, here's the thing. You got dumb motherfuckers that want to run around and talk shit to other people because they can't make them do what they want them to. I am not a fucking jack in the box. You're not gonna pull me out, fucking wind me up, and then when I pop out the box ready to play, run and fucking go hide. I'm not a fucking toy. I'm a 50-year-old man that's been through some shit in life. You bring some stupid ass shit to me about some child molestation shit and want to get mad because I won't side with you when I'm sitting here looking at the fucking paperwork, it's fuck you, man. You should have never done that. We could have argued about anything else and probably got past it, to be honest with you. And his problem is I'm letting grown people that I'm not around 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, talk shit about him. Motherfucker, I'm glad they are. I'm glad they are, because you're a retarded motherfucker. You've been out here running around for years pretending to be fucking Ryan's goddamn right-hand man, trying to convince everybody that you're all involved in this shit with him. Come to find out you're not and haven't been for fucking years. But you want to play that fucking part. That shit's kind of got me fucking pissed, dude. You've been running around here lying for a long fucking time, man. Long fucking time. Pretending to be somebody that you're not. You blew it, dude. You blamed it all on Run's mom fucking ran me off. Yeah, I see why. They probably couldn't afford to fucking feed you at the beginning. They say, hold up, look at this fat motherfucker walking in here. You know he's hungry. Goddamn, look at him. I'm telling you right now, this shit has got me fucking pissed. Yeah, you can't believe that motherfucker about shit. And I've tried to overlook him because he's done some fucked up shit. You know what I mean? Just little shit that's warning signs that give you flags about people. You know, you talk to him about something and not nothing important. I would never tell him anything fucking real important, especially after the first time he dropped the fucking dime on me. And I thought to myself, why in the fuck would you go tell somebody? That doesn't matter to nobody but me. Why would you go say something to another fucking stranger about that shit? And damn if he didn't. And then if y'all remember, if you've been following for a while, Hickerbilly and them called him out about it. Cause I was like, I can't believe he did that. I didn't really make a big deal about it, but I wanted him to know I fucking knew. And I wanted everybody else in the community to know that I knew. And he denied it until right fucking then. I can't even, it was so stupid. I don't even remember what it was about. But then when I went to Nashville, I go and meet him up there. I tell him, I said, I was joking around. I was like, hey, dude, I'm fixing to go ride to Kentucky and fucking take a picture of the fucking state sign and post it like I'm going all the way up there. And sure enough, Dagmo called him, man, Uncle Will's come up here, take pictures around my town, man. First thing Cashville calls me and says, hey, man, where you at? I said, dude, I'm on my way to the house. You know what he does? He hangs directly up with me and calls fucking Dagburn. Oh, you ain't got to worry about it. Uncle Will ain't there. For what? For fucking what? That was none of your goddamn business, bro. You so in love with that fucking Dagmo because you think he's going to save you or fucking boost your career or whatever. Dude, it is fucking weird. And then this fat motherfucker's got nerve to say, hold on, I'll read the shit to you. Fuck it. Normally I don't do this, but we're going to today. This is what you get for trying to fucking use me to prop a goddamn chomo up. You dumb motherfucker. You stay over there with that motherfucker from now on too, boy. Nobody don't want even hear nothing fucking from you, man. Look at this shit right here. That's fucking Cashville from last night. I said, hit the fucking panel. So I sent him a fucking link to it. So he can't say that he didn't fucking have it. I'm in the blue. Cashville's in the white. And no matter what I say to this motherfucker, it was like going back and fucking forth, like with a pissed off woman last night. So when people say, oh, I can scroll for hours about messages, I'm sure they fucking can. But we're going to go through it. That's where he was post from Johnny Cashville. I'm not watching that shit, bro. I don't give a fuck. He said, you're wrong for trying to publicly convict a man that's already been found not guilty on all 5 charges. You stupid fat fuck. That's not what the case was. Them were judgments, you dumb fuck. You don't know the law and you're out here running around like you're the fucking jury or some shit. You're wrong for trying to publicly convict a man that's been found not guilty on all 5 charges. And the fact that you're friends with me, you're allowing these people to call me a pedo supporter and putting me and my children in danger. No, you are. If anybody's putting your kids in danger, it's you, right? And like you're in some kind of fucking danger. I'm in danger. Danger fucking rank. You ain't in no danger. The only thing you're in danger from is your cholesterol, you fat motherfucker. That shows me that you don't give a fuck. Don't ever fucking try to manipulate me like that. That is the worst thing you can ever fucking do to me. When you start trying to fucking manipulate me mentally like that, the first thing I do is go, back up. I ain't got time for people like that. Do not guilt trip me about shit. I will not fucking take it the way you think. It does not fucking work on me. That is the fastest way for you to be X'd out of my fucking life. For real. Matter of fact, it's in black and white. All 5 charges. Not guilty, dismissed, case closed. That is not what it says. And I said, now you're working for Gobble. He said, nope, I'm telling you, G, the truth, Will, is the truth. The man was not, was found not guilty. No, he wasn't, Bubba. No, he wasn't. Not on that case, he wasn't. He was on the other shit. But you don't even know what the other shit is. It's not even connected to that. He said, you list a real one by being fake, bro. No, watch the video. I said, probation violations he was found not guilty on. And I'm just assuming that that's what that is. But I don't even think it's that. I think it, now that I've kind of read more about Indiana language as far as the prison or jail system goes and shit, I think that was court cases where they found him not guilty of having to fucking pay because he was so young, he probably didn't have a fucking job. I said, I don't mess with people that get theirself in that kind of jam to start with. I got 5 girls. I'd be the only one going to court, maybe. The girls lied, and I have talked to her. No, you haven't. You can't accuse anybody of anything. We both know that. But your hatred for Dagburn is blinding you from the fact that, and that's really sad. So he's trying to manipulate me right there. If I don't agree with them, it's because of my hatred for Dagmo. I don't hate Dagmo. I just think he's a piece of shit. He's useless fuck. I ain't got nothing for him. That doesn't mean that I fucking hate him. Why all these locals think everybody fucking hate him is beyond me. I don't fucking get that. I don't know the motherfucker from other than watching him beg everybody on YouTube. Why in the fuck would I hate the man? He's a fucking simple ass beggar. What is there to hate? He's not beat me at life. He hasn't beat me doing anything. He hasn't fucking costed me anything. Why in the fuck would I hate the man? I just don't like him. That doesn't mean that I hate him. I don't wish the motherfucker dead. You cannot rationalize with these fucking locals. They think that they're so much smarter than you, and you're just kind of sitting back here. And I hate to speak on this shit, right? Because it's really not me. I'm just like dumbfounded. I'm like, is this stupid motherfucker really? I'm more of an observer, to be honest with you. That's why when I do these lives and we watch videos and shit, I let the video play and I might say something to the chat or something like that. I'm more of an observer. You can learn more by watching a motherfucker than you can anything. Yeah, no doubt, Royal Tennessee. You gotta be more like somebody before you can hate him. I don't hate the motherfucker. I just wouldn't fuck with him. I would avoid that son bitch. I know what he is. He's a fucking flea bag beggar. I mean, why would I hate him? He's got it rough enough. And I said, hold on, let me see. I said, why would you talk to a victim? She called me on Facebook. She's not a victim. She's an accuser. So he's already saying that this shit didn't happen to that kid. He don't know if it did or not. He wasn't there. If you go back to courts, fucking thought that it happened. Evidently, Ricky thought it happened. He pled fucking guilty to it. You can't make this shit up. Your love for him is blinding you. That was me. He said, nope, it's the truth. Y'all are like schoolgirls, bro, for real. I said, your fingers gotta be hurting, bro. Chill. Cause he sent me fucking paragraph after paragraph. I was like, I know them little fat fingers is fucking tired of walking, man. Stop it. Yeah, Will, cool. Have a night working. He took 6 months house arrest. Went before the court for violations or something 5 different times on another case. And he said, well, if you're looking at the paperwork, you will see that all 5 charges have been found not guilty. It doesn't even say charge, you dumb fucker. It says judgment. It doesn't say anything criminal about it. So it honestly leads me to believe that on the list of charges where he went for fucking to be fined or have to pay court costs, because every fucking time you go in front of a judge, they charge you court costs. It leads me to believe that the judge threw out the fucking court costs in there. Well, the only way he's going to talk to a victim listed in the charges is by a sentence. Yeah, no, dude definitely fucking pled out. Yeah, I know, Brandy, and that was my point. I was like, one of them ain't. I told him that in an earlier conversation. I was like, bro, you do realize one of these little girls' life was so fucked up that she's not even here anymore. You do realize that, right? It doesn't even fucking register with them. They want to be right so fucking bad that they're just blindly fucking looking over the shit. What's up, Seep? How you doing, sir? It's retarded, man. It is fucking retarded. And for people making fun or trying to make excuse about this shit, you're a sick fuck. And I don't want anything to do with you. When a child comes to you and says somebody did something to them, you fucking stand 10 toes down. Later on, if you find out something was awry or amiss, and I'm not saying that don't never happen, but chances are, motherfucker done touched that kid. 99% of the time, that shit's true. Because there's a lot of sick fucking perverts out here that are goddamn opportunists that'll drag a kid to a fucking shed somewhere and tell her if she don't suck his dick, they're going to hurt her. Now, you got me fucked up. They knew what they did, and they fucking done that shit, bro. It's in black and fucking white. Why the other one ain't listed, I don't know. Maybe he was a minor, like somebody said last night. They both were pretty fucking young. But even like my old lady said, that big of an age difference at that fucking them early years in life is fucked up. That's a girl that just is becoming a teenager. Like last year, she was 12. And you're telling her, hey, if you don't let me fucking do this to you, I'm going to hurt you. But I don't want nothing to do with them kind of people. Ooh, that shit got me fired up, man. Bro, the more I think about that shit, so that's what these motherfuckers do is they try to single somebody out and, oh, if you're not going to be accepted in your crowd anymore if you don't. Man, fuck you in that crowd over there. I don't want nothing to do with that shit anyway. I don't need to get on here and beg people for fucking money. No legal stamp. Right. And that's the part, that's the part that blows my fucking mind. There's a goddamn legal stamp at the end of it where the case was resolved. That was a wrap. That was the end of it. Anything to do with that case would have a goddamn case number and conviction overturned, something. It wouldn't say not guilty, judgment, not guilty, judgment, not guilty. Judgments are fucking money. When you get a judgment against you, say I fucking borrow Osmic's truck and I go out and wreck it. And I say, hey, man, I didn't call the insurance, but I'll pay for it, bro. I promise. 3 years later, I still ain't paid for it. Osmic takes me to a small claims court. The judge finds me guilty of damaging his property. You know what happens? They put a fucking judgment against you. That's what a judgment is. But these so-called gangsters that know everything about the fucking prison system and shit don't know the difference between a criminal case and a fucking judgment. It's fucking stupid, man. Is there a difference between a judgment and a criminal case in the state of Indiana? Oh my God. Here you go. I'm stop sharing that one and let me. I ain't even ready yet. I ain't even got to. Here you go. Y'all heard my question. Yes, a judgment and a criminal case are very different concepts in Indiana. A criminal case is an entire legal proceeding brought through the state against someone accused of breaking a law. Well, a judgment is a court's final official decision or ruling resolving a lawsuit or a legal issue. A lawsuit or a legal issue. Do you understand that? You fat motherfucker. You got Google at the fucking fingertips, but your goddamn fat fingers so fucking busy picking up pork rinds that you won't hit Google. The dude owed fucking restitution to the court and they fucking let him off. Has nothing to do with that criminal case. The goal to punish rule breakers through fines and probation or jail time. Proof needed. Guilty must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. Conviction or an acquittal. Yeah, that's why I say it would be an acquittal or a fucking overturn. Judgment collections. Dispute over money or property or illegally close out of a criminal matter. The outcome is decided who wins and is liable for damages. Yeah, it's over fucking. What action or payment does the document ask for? Yeah, it's over fucking the difference between civil judgment and a conviction. It's in black and white. But no, you get on here and tell everybody that man ain't did it, man. Matter of fact, give him his address and tell everybody if they need a good babysitter that you fucking recommend them. You'll be held liable. That's what you do, Cashville. Go tell the man he's starting a fucking daycare. Go ahead. Hell, you're backing him. You bond him. You got all the fucking money. You act like you got all the fucking money. You bond him. How about that? I bet you can't. I bet you can't get that motherfucker nowhere near it. That's how dumb you are. Shout out to the haters. What's up, pimp? Good morning. Seeper saying it's against the dad and the others. Yeah, no, trying to make it up. Trying to make up the fucking put the dad. Why did they do? Oh, they lied. They all them fucking weirdos say that shit. Every fucking child molester I was ever in prison, I got drug charges. Yeah, where you drugged some little kid off in the fucking bushes out there playing around with fucking Power Ranger fishing poles and Jolly Rancher lures. Man, fuck them. Every one of them bitches ought to be fried, crispy. I'm trying to blame it on the dad. The victim done it. It's the victim's fault. Dude, she's fucking 13 years old. She's an accuser. Yeah. You know how stupid that shit kind of irritates the fuck out of me, man. Because you're saying that shit don't never happen. You're demoralizing every victim that's ever been out there and doing exactly what they don't want fucking done to them, where people don't believe them. That's why they don't step forward to start with, because of fat fucks like you saying shit like you're fucking saying. Because you don't take them serious and you don't fucking believe them when they step fucking forward. It's a fucking shame, man. When he first got on see, I don't watch Dagmo Kentucky Sweetness, so I wouldn't know. But you're saying that when he first went on Dagmo's panel, he said the dad got mad because the girl got pregnant. Well, so the story's changing, if that's true. Now, I don't know, but it's in the vault. I guarantee you that, Kentucky Sweetness. It's in the vault. There's a record of it. Dagmo can't get on here and say a motherfucking thing without somebody keeping a record of it. Because he lies so fucking much. Because he gets shit started up so much. I saw Cashville on. Yeah, I watched a little bit of fucking Mike shit, not much, just because I know, you know what I mean? And I'm not taking up for that motherfucker with that shit. He gonna die on this fucking hill. And I asked him, why would you die on this? You know? But trying to guilt trip me like you're putting my family in harm's way. No, fuck, I'm not. You are by speaking on the shit. Then if you really think somebody gonna come fuck with you and your family about some shit about some dude that you don't even fucking know, how about just don't speak on it? How about that? How about quit reaching out to everybody in the back streets trying to convince them to fucking support somebody who clearly has been charged with a fucking sex crime? The motherfucker got sentenced to 3 years in state prison with 2.5 years suspended, 6 months fucking house arrest. What more do you need to see? And I'm sitting here telling you a judgment is not a fucking criminal matter. That's to do something with some fucking money. He's got 5 of them. Judgment not guilty. That's because the judge let him go because he probably didn't have the fucking money to pay it, and they probably didn't even have the space to house him in fucking court. You can go and look in that time frame; they were fucking slam full. That's why I mentioned that this morning. People were so fucking dumb. Well, why did he plead down? Because they had nowhere to house this motherfucker, and it was his first fucking time being in any real trouble. And the DA just didn't want to slam some 18-year-old fucking punk, which after looking at his court shit, they probably should have. You know what's funny? Is things fall through the fucking system sometimes. Our system is not the greatest in the world, but it's what the fuck we got. Yeah, and he pled guilty to it. Exactly. In the part where I got my kids, bro, do you think the law is watching over you when you go get some fucking bitch pregnant? Now, DHS or whatever they got it up there, they get involved with him up there. Yeah, he might not have his fucking kids. But to start with, do you think a cop is following his old lady around when she goes and has birth at the fucking hospital? No. Now, if somebody makes a report about it and puts them aware of it, yeah, they might would look into it then. But there's all kinds of different reasons why somebody would have their children, even with going through the court system. Bro, these people are so fucking stupid, man. It amazes me how these motherfuckers breathe air every day. You don't know if this motherfucker's lying to you or not, dude, and you're doubling down behind this shit. Yeah, no doubt, Tanya, no doubt. People take advantage of fucking people sexually all the fucking time. And the sad part is you got motherfuckers out here that will try to shame the goddamn victim. They don't even know these fucking people, never been around them a fucking second. They're gonna judge somebody else to say that they did this or did that to a fucking TV monitor. And never have talked to the fucking people. And then claim that they're out here talking, oh yeah, I'm talking to the sex fucking victim. For what, motherfucker? For what? Because you said some stupid ass shit on YouTube and now you got to justify what the fuck you said? You can't make this shit up with these motherfuckers, man. Oh, Deb, yeah, he did too. You want to hear what he said? She reached out to me over Facebook. I said, Cashville, did you look at the fucking account to see how old it was? You know what he did? He hung up on me. He didn't want to hear that. Good morning, Miss Gina. Dude, that dude is fucked. He is fucked. He's fucked himself up. He's got dumb motherfuckers in there in his comments that actually believe him. Yeah, the man's like he's convinced people that this fucking dude ain't fucking guilty. I'll tell you what, everybody is in Cashville's fucking comments that's commenting that fucking old Ricky's not guilty. He's opening a daycare up and he's doing it for free. Take him on over there. Take your babies on over there then if you think he ain't fucking done it. Go right ahead. What's up, hardcore? What's up, hillbilly? Yeah, I just can't believe that motherfucker's out there advocating for this fucking man like that. No, he's stuck over there now, bro. He's stuck over there now. See, I probably read all that shit last night, bro. I actually fucking dug all that shit up. Let me see here. Oh, these are the fucking court shit. Here, Steve, let me just drop it in the back chat where I can pull it up, oh. Which I know you, unless you're gonna go over. If you want to go over it, I'm fine with that too, because I know I see what you got right here. Oh yeah, no, yeah. Johnson County Community Corrections work release conditions. Oh, okay. All right. So he was drinking while he was at fucking work release. That's why they fucking did. Hold on, let me drop this link. I need to grab a Red Bull anyway. Which, dude, actually, you know what? Don't. I'm gonna drop the link if you want to come up, but don't drop the paperwork. Save that shit for you. Save that for your live tonight, cause you'll do a better job explaining that shit than I will anyway. I just know what the fuck I see. Let me grab a Red Bull, folks. I'll be right back. All right, we are back. Let's see here. You don't get ordered to take a pedo classes on how to not be a pedo if you're innocent. Yeah, no, dude, he's not done no fucking research on this shit whatsoever. And here's like I said a second ago, the part that where he's trying to guilt trip me into fucking defending this dude, that's a no go. If I fucking you know how many times I've taken up Cashville and everybody said, "Hey man, you probably don't know fuck with that dude." I'll be like, "Man, he's all right, dude. He's harmless." Well, this is not harmless. This is actually fucked up. A lot of these people on here like to fucking intermingle every now and then. They like to meet one another. You are putting fucking people's kids in danger. They might see old fucking Ricky at a goddamn concert or something, right? And be like, "Oh, hey, Ricky, this is so and so. This is my wife, my kids." No, you don't do that. You're trying to smooth this shit over. You're putting kids in fucking danger, bro. And you're too stupid to even fucking realize it. But listen, if you want to feel like Dayburn's such a fucking victim that you have to defend everything he does, you go right ahead. But I'm telling you right now, it ain't gonna end well for you. I don't know about that, Justin, but I know this. I know the motherfucker played guilty to it. And I know that they dropped the shit down because they were wanting to amend them charges where he be put on fucking house arrest. And with those original charges, they could not charge him because if they did, they'd have had to put him in jail, right? And they didn't have no fucking space in jail for him. They were overcrowded at the time. It's right on the internet. It says it outright. The jail was to its fucking max. So they took the least dangerous in their eyes cases and fucking pled them down, got a guilty conviction, sent the motherfucker to work release, house arrest, whatever. It was the easiest way for the DA to get a conviction and fucking expel the case. It's in black and white. You can go read it if you know what you're reading. Yeah, no doubt, Deb. Me too, sweetheart. No doubt. Oh shit, the minute eat your dead dog's ass. Ooh, that motherfucker's hungry now. He fucking might. Y'all should have seen that motherfucker. We went to Olive Garden. That motherfucker eat 2 big ass bowls of salad. Now, I was surprised it was a salad, but that motherfucker acted like he hadn't eaten in 2 weeks. That fucking fork was smoking, baby. I mean, it straight shoveling it. I was like, God damn, Cashville, slow the fuck down. You're going to choke on a carrot, motherfucker. Me and the old lady laughed on our way back. I said, "You see how fast that motherfucker eating that bowl of salad? He was scared somebody was going to take it away from him." Holy shit. You notice I went and deleted that shit off my fucking post, didn't you? You notice that, don't you? Yeah, I'm about done with that shit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, hillbilly. He ain't stopped fucking eating. He could eat a bag full of dicks as far as I give a fuck. What's up, see? Is that you? Just pop your camera on for just a second. See, and then I won't bring you up. I can't see. That's black. Okay. What's up?
What up?
What you doing?
Yeah, I'm on my other damn StreamYard.
No, you all right. You all right. I'm just
I'm just
one of these dumb motherfuckers, dude. They'll come and try to fuck you up. No, if I would see the paperwork that you got, and he had violated his work release shit. That's why he ended up going back.
he failed a drug test.
Yeah, and alcohol too. He got caught with alcohol too. And see,
Yeah.
he had other charges that were added on right at that time for that during that sex case shit within a couple days from what it or It might have been a week or a couple weeks or whatever, but it was right there in that time frame. So he had other shit going on. They're trying to use where it says his judgment shit is not guilty. They don't know the difference between a criminal case and a judgment case.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. I have had long discussions with the district attorney there and the clerk there. And the shit that they're putting out, they better be real careful because they've done been made aware of it. And that shit is not fucking legal paperwork. I've got 82 pages of the whole fucking case. None of the shit that they're putting out is anywhere in the case records. It has no fucking fields on it. Some of it don't have fucking case numbers. There's no judge signatures. And it's nowhere in the files. And if you look at that piece of paper that fucking Johnny posted, if you look up on the top of it, it has it real faint. It says 1 of 1. That's somebody that's made that on Microsoft Word. That's not even court.
Shit.
Yeah, that's not even court verbiage. Like the courts don't even use that verbiage that's in that fucking summary and shit. They don't even use that kind of language.
Yeah,
he's gonna get
trying to
himself
pass
fucked
off
up.
some bullshit, get shit started, because he's trying to grift right now. He's begging for fucking money, and he's trying to pretend that he's going to sue people. And then whenever he gets that shit started up, people want to see people so fucked up. That's when they start donating to him.
And that's why I'm going to put all fucking 82 pages of this shit out. That way everybody's got it. So when either of them two dumb son of a bitches try to sue somebody, then you've got enough evidence right there to prove that that they ain't got no case.
So after Oliver, jump up here, man. You ain't got a comment. Jump up here. I'll put a screen up there.
Because see, I reached out to Cashful the other day, and then he got salty as hell. Me and him went back and forth and fucking in comments, and then it just finally got to where I was just like, dude, don't even fucking contact me no more. You gonna fuck? I mean, and he's sending. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I had a call come in. He's sending my messages to him to fucking Dagmo. Like me and you's through.
Yeah. No, that's what he does. That's what he did when I went to Tennessee. See, I hate to even say this, but my grandsons live in fucking Nashville. Okay. We go out there for the birthday party. I see them. I'm like, fuck, I might as well fucking see Cashville while I'm here. I go and tell him, I said, man, I'm fixing to go to Kentucky State Line. I'm just going to fucking Charles, stupid ass. He fucking calls him and tells him what the fuck I'm doing. Why would you do that? The one motherfucker tried to fuck you up with your fucking earnings and your income, and you're over buddy with him, telling him what the fuck's going on. I knew as soon as I hung out the phone with him, because he's like, Will, where you at, man? Because he called me right after I had posted a picture of me and Amanda in front of the Kentucky State sign. I said, dude, I'm headed back. I got shit I gotta do. Oh, okay, man. And he hung up. And I looked at her. I said, well, I just fucked up by telling that motherfucker that. Because I don't lie, man. I don't really have no reason to fucking lie. So I wasn't thinking like that. And I should have. That was my own fault.
Well, I mean, I've sit back and because I've been gone, and then I come back on, and then the past couple of days, I've sit back and just let them just keep sticking their foot down their fucking throat.
Yeah.
And, there's no coming back from it, because once I drop all these 82 pieces of paper, there's no fucking coming back from it.
Look, let me address this person one more fucking time. Let me repeat this for you, because I know you're slow and you're trying to troll right now, okay? When you start trying to fucking mind manipulate me and try to fucking shame me because I won't go with somebody, like, did you not see all the messages this motherfucker sent me about this shit because I wouldn't side with him? No, I don't care to cover this shit. But when somebody starts trying to drag you into it because you got a little bit of a fucking platform and you won't side with them, no, it's not selective. If they would have kept me the fuck out of it to start with and stop saying, oh, you're letting these people call me a Chomo supporter, I probably wouldn't even be talking about this shit. I don't give a rat's ass about Ricky. I don't give a rat's ass about fucking Dagmo. But I'm smart enough to read what's on the fucking screen. So no, it's not selective. It's leave Uncle Will the fuck alone and don't try to give him a goddamn guilt trip. Do you understand that? There you go. That's the last time I'm fucking even commenting to you about shit. You're not trolling me with that shit. You look retarded. You're over here trying to fucking somehow defend a fucking child molester. Now get the fuck on with that shit. How about that? Sorry, Super.
Yeah, it's bad, man. Like honestly, I really didn't even want to retouch this and eat because it's disgusting. Just reading all the court documents, it's so fucking disgusting. That shit makes me angry. And anybody that can fucking try to defend that shit, most especially Cashville, like, dude, I told him, I was like, dude, I'm so fucking disappointed in you. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
man.
fucking
Because he could have
unreal.
just shut up about it. You know what I mean? He could have just shut up about it. He didn't have to speak on it at all. He put himself in this shit and then wants other people to fight the fucking battles for him.
It's his whole thing is, and I get it. A lot of people don't like T and Laurie, and I get there. Whatever, that's your problems. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no dog in that race. But you don't fucking defend a fucking chomo to get back at Tim and Laurie. That's fucking a weird stance.
Brandy, that's up to you, baby. That's why you got that
And,
wrench. You
and
hit that
Castle
motherfucker
should
upside the head with
know.
it.
He should know if I say I have something that I have it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not. You know, like Dagmo now is trying to say, oh, he's got to make some fake paperwork. Trying to say that I made Iceman's fake paperwork. No, bitch, I'm the one that called that paperwork out, and I don't make fake paperwork. This shit is all fucking certified, stamped, and it comes straight from the case files.
And you can go right to the court and look. And we did last night, and it says on there, see clerk of courts for fucking like further input on it and shit. But what you're able to read on the screen, it clearly states that the motherfucker pled guilty to fucking 3 years, 2.5 years suspended, 6 months house arrest. You don't plead guilty to something that you didn't fucking do.
And what them dumb son of bitches fail to realize is that the case started in 97. The incident happened in 96. The case started in 97. He was sentenced in 97. I think his first sentencing was in 97, I think. I had to go look back over. I'm not
5/22 of 1997.
Yeah. So he pled guilty to the initial charges and started doing his sentencing.
Yeah, he was at a work release program.
And then he come back after he got in trouble and shit, and they amended the charges. I have all the amended paperwork. All his initial charges got amended to the battery charges.
Yeah, and
but the motherfucker initially pled guilty he pled guilty and got sentenced for the initial charges.
Yes, he did. And the reason,
I mean, everybody knows you go to court, they're going to fucking reduce charges. I personally don't think any fucking predator charges, chomo charges, I don't think they should ever.
Oh, they're not now. From what I read, starting 2003 in that state, they started cracking down on it. I mean, if you actually take the time and go and read the shit on the internet, it'll tell you. I brought it up yesterday, and I brought it up again this morning. At that time, the jail was fucking over full. It only slept 104 people. It was over fucking crowded. So they were trying to do pretrial interventions and shit like that. If they could have modified somebody's charges to keep them from going to jail, they were, because they didn't have room to put them. But these dumb motherfuckers don't know how to read that shit, or they don't know what it means.
Well, this is another thing too, is Dagmo over there and even Cashville, they tried to argue with me about the sex registry, about him not being on a sex registry.
They didn't start making it mandatory until 2003.
2003 is when Zachary's Law came in effect. Now, the sheriff's department had a registry a couple years before that.
Yeah, Zachary's Law actually started in 1994, but it was a voluntary signing thing that they were ordered to do. What he did when they modified that boy's sentence down, it took him the criteria, it took it away. Because
the thing was,
this is why, though. Let me explain why. They took and modified the criteria, his crimes, and lessened them, so they didn't have to put him in jail because they didn't have a place. But by doing so, he wasn't required to be on the fucking list. If they had the modern facility to house him at that time, like they do now, his ass would definitely be on that motherfucker, and he wouldn't get a modified sentence. They were just trying to run the county back then. They were so overflooded with people. I read the shit on there.
I'll tell you this too about Indiana. So they didn't start publicly, a public online, we as the public
2003.
can look until 2003. The
Mm-hmm.
other thing is Indiana is only a 10-year register state unless you have a really violent sexual
Violent.
charge. And
Yeah,
then
violent.
they can request to put you on there for life. But it's still, to this day, it's a 10-year register. After 10 years, you fall off the registry. So even if he was put on a registry in 99, he would have been off in 2009.
Mm, I got you. And now, it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be
No, it
that way.
shouldn't. They should be on there for the rest of their fucking life.
But these people ask
But
why. Instead of asking why, go do some fucking research on it yourself. If you got all these questions you're trying to ask people, it's not law, you know what I mean? Law fucking clerks and shit. Legal questions. When Google's in your goddamn fingertips, you don't mind scrolling through the fucking ice cream section at Walmart and ordering shit, but you won't take the time to go look this shit up, but you want to accuse everybody else of fucking being fake and lying. It's like, dude, get your fat lazy ass up. Quit sending motherfuckers texts all hours of the goddamn night over the shit and go do a little bit of fucking research. You'll find something out. I bet you if it was a fucking double cheeseburger, he'd have found that motherfucker. You want to bet that?
so when I talked to the district attorney and the clerk yesterday, is they told me what is happening in this case because in all 82 pages of his court files, it's everything. There's nothing. Like I said, I'm not gonna let on too much until I do my live, but there's nothing in there that shows not guilty except for his initial plea. He initially pleaded not guilty to those. So
Yeah, all of them do.
I asked the clerk and the DA. I said, "So how come? Tell me how come that they're passing around shit and showing shit, and even on my case, it shows at the bottom that they were not guilty." And she said, "Well, the most probable cause of what we think happens, and it happens with a lot of people, is because we changed from hard copies over to the Odyssey system. Basically, they changed from storing paper files over
Yeah.
to computer." She said, "And if every input, because they have like data input that has to have certain codes and everything," she says, "if it don't fucking get inputted correctly, then it reverts back to either a not guilty or a dismiss is what you'll see online."
Well, here's the thing. It says judgment. It doesn't say conviction. It says judgment. And we all know what a judgment is. I think that that's where the judge threw out his court costs. So he didn't have to pay.
I personally think some of that shit they're posting is fucking fake because it has no seals, no nothing on it. Everything I've got is all certified, has stamps on it, signatures. It came straight from the fucking clerk.
Yeah, this is what I read off the MyGov for the state of Indiana with that case number, that 00770 case number. And down at the bottom, it's got some shit where it says judgment, not guilty, judgment, not guilty. But we all, if anybody knows anything, that's why I just ask Google, is a judgment different than a criminal conviction? And it says yes. A judgment is about money. It's not about, because just like I just explained, if I drive your car and I wreck the motherfucker and I tell you I'm going to pay for it and I don't never pay for it, you take me to court, you get a judgment against me.
Yeah, it's I'm telling you some weird shit. I mean, I have everything from the probable cause, the motion of discoveries, the police reports, the fucking all the court paperwork. I've got every fucking thing. It's 82 fucking pages.
Yeah, he's got a pretty lengthy fucking criminal record.
But I want them to stand on that because that's the story I've heard. That's what they're going to stand on. Is that
Here's the thing. They're not man enough to admit that when they're wrong. That's my whole fucking problem with it. They're not man enough to say, you know what, we got that one wrong. We fucked up on it. They'll just make up some other shit about why it's this or why it's that.
Well, even my case online, it don't have all the stuff that I got. You can't get all the paperwork that's on my case. It don't have everything that I have. Like everything I have is all the court records.
Yeah.
But
You'd actually have to have the transcripts from the court reporter that day. And I'm not driving to fucking Indiana over some fucking weirdo that fucked with a kid. To me, it's simpler. Here's my thing. Why would you even fuck with somebody that put yourself in that position?
Crazy to me. I mean, Cashwell, the thing Cashwell said to me was he wasn't convicted of those charges and he's not on a registry. Until you can show me that, I don't think he's a chomo. Like, dude, you're lost in the sauce because the motherfucker pled guilty to the initial charges.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were
Exactly.
amended. Like, I've never argued that. His charges were amended if you look at the dates, like a year later. But he initially pled guilty to those fucking sex charges. And that piece of paperwork that I sent you, that's him initialing all that shit that he's admitting to it. That's his initials on that.
They were amended because he called another fucking charge, violating his fucking shit.
Well, if you'll look too, well, you don't have it, but when everybody I'll go through it, you'll see that he changed through multiple lawyers throughout all of his, that year and a half, 2 years, whatever it was. He went through multiple lawyers. So he was able to finally get a lawyer that could get in and get it fucking, I was reading
Can you
Mike.
just put the pages out, or do we need a big announced live stream panel? I don't know, bro. Whatever.
Well, it's 82
He's going
pages.
live. Yeah,
Yeah, it's 82 pages, and I'm not going to do 82 posts. I'll just do it all on a live stream, and that way everybody has it right there. They can record it, and they can have whatever they want of it. I'm going to do it today.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is the motherfucker got charged for it. He fucking pled guilty to it. And a lot of times, you know, Mike, when I was watching your shit last night, you was talking about his lawyers. All right. So there were two of them that had gotten in trouble at the time. One of them was a juvenile. The same public defender's office cannot defend both of them because of a conflict of interest. You understand what I'm saying? So they're going to give you different lawyers. I can show you where it happened to me in a case over some shit, because there was two of us. My co-defendant had a regular public defender. I had a public defender who was a private lawyer, but the state assigned them to me because they couldn't represent both of us.
I just want to know.
Does that make sense to you?
Are they still standing with the fucking, with the thing was, because the last I heard, they said that his charges was all dismissed and he got a battery on the girl's dad because it was over some drugs and shit. So that's what I'm wondering. Is that the story that
Mike,
they're fucking,
why would
that
you
they're
come
going
in
to stand
here?
on?
Listen, Mike, why would you come in here on a fake account? Man, I kind of figured that was you, to be honest with you. I don't fuck with Larry Del Reed either, dude. That's what you don't get. But Cashville didn't call me all kinds of fucking names and try to manipulate me over Larry Del Reed. He did it over fucking Ricky. You understand? Like fucking text after text after text after text after fucking text after text after text, like for fucking hours.
I looked into Larry Del Reed, and because initially when I first seen his paperwork, I seen some shit on there that looked fucking sketchy, and that's why I called him out.
That can't be Mike 12 Point.
I called him out for it, and then that's when I had to go dig deeper into it. And then I said I was wrong. You know, I apologized to him because I was wrong about it. I don't find he don't have no fucking weird fucking kid charges.
Who's that?
Larry Del Reed.
No, they were mad at him for being a rat because the man got shot while they were robbing him, and he fucking testified. That's what they were.
But where's the paperwork on that? Because I can't find any of it.
Supposedly he testified. That's what they were mad about. They were calling him a rat over, and it's like, hold the fuck up. That's a whole fucking different thing.
But that's what Ricky's saying. Nobody else
Ricky's
is
saying all kinds of shit. He's also saying that he didn't threaten some little fucking girl, and none of that shit happened, but it fucking did.
I mean, I pulled up Larry's whole record.
That is mine.
He don't have no weird charges, no kid charges. I couldn't find any kind of, which I mean, you're not going to find any kind of rat paperwork, but
no,
I didn't find anything that was suspicious.
let me just address 12 Point for a second. Mike, I covered the fucking Beggars Gone Wild shit. I'm not friends with anybody from over there. I don't hate T. I respect his fucking service, but what he did with those kids was fucking wrong. And I spoke on it. You're wrong, brother. You're wrong. You just ain't been paying attention. But either way,
that's just
you're
like,
entitled to your opinion.
that's just like I talked to T yesterday, and I told him like that fucking Jay Davenport dude. I don't fuck with that dude because that dude fucking beat a fucking kid, and he told me, he's like, I don't fuck with him either. I know some people out there do, but I don't. I'm not fucking with him because he's just as fucked up as fucking this Ricky fucking Gagger dude.
You don't platform people like that, man.
I don't like, honestly, I don't give a flying fuck if you're your best friend. If you do some weird shit to kids, you're gonna get fucking exposed.
Yeah.
You should expect that. Somebody's gonna fucking expose you.
Yeah. No, you're dead right. The motherfucker pled out to it. He pled guilty to it. He was sentenced on it.
Yeah. And I don't understand why people are looking at like they don't realize that charges get reduced all the time. The court system, they really don't give a fuck what you plead guilty to. A lot of times all they do is, because it's a fucking money machine. As long as they can get you in their system and get you on probation where you're paying fees, it don't matter what you're convicted of to them.
No. Well, what they do is when they put you on probation, they know that chances are that you're going to fail. Probation is set up for you to fail. And then they'll deal with you at a later time. All they're doing is just trying to buy a little time. The jail was overcrowded. I fucking read it right here. Everybody's got Google right in front of their fucking fingers. You can go and look at the time frames, and it says that it only had 104 man jail, and they can't fill up every bed in there. They were overflooded. The jail was built in 1977, between 1977 and 1981, I think, or something. So they were doing a lot of pretrial shit, pretrial interventions. And during a pretrial intervention, the DA will give you a deal where they keep it off your record as long as you fucking skate through your probation like you're supposed to. They give you a chance. And dude fucked up. He didn't get it overturned. Them are 5 judgments. That is court cost related, fine related, something where he's either damaged somebody's property, something, but it's a judgment. It's not a fucking criminal case. And that's where they're getting this shit twisted, talking about this dude's fucking innocent. That's not it. It doesn't even have the same fucking case number. When that rubber stamp that you were talking about is on there, that's when the judge had disposed of that case. That's when they did what they were going to do. And that was the final thing on it. Now, if he got that shit overturned, it would have that fucking case number and it would say conviction overturned or case dismissed or something. But it never got dismissed because he fucking did his time on it. The time ran out on it. There's nothing about him not being guilty of that shit. Nothing. That doesn't have anything to do with it.
She did tell me too. She said the most probable cause was why it shows not guilty is because of the merging of the systems from paper to their Odyssey system. Yeah. She said the other thing it could be is because he violated, and then the way they report it is after his violation, because I think his violation, they reinstated it, I think, but then
they did. They sent him back, but that wasn't to do with it. The violation wasn't on that fucking case. The violation was on the probation shit because he had been put on probation.
Right. But then she said something about that that sometimes the initial charges would show up in a different way after the probation violation or something. I don't know. But she said the most probable cause of why it does that, and they've seen it a lot, is because of the merging. And so when she told me that too, I was like, that's fucking weird, like why their system would do that. So I went and looked it up. You can look it up, search it yourself. And it clearly tells you there that there's tons of people that it happens to.
Right. Well, it even said in there, the shit that I read this morning from that time frame, that it was paper dialogue, that the shit was all done on paper. They hadn't got around to putting the log and everything in on computers. It was all fucking paper records. And I'm
Right.
gonna tell you right now, that's a fucking job scanning all that shit in.
Yeah. And
And
I'll tell you one thing. You go on his My Case and look at every entry. This is something they
I
failed.
did.
And I wasn't even going to let anybody know this until I went live. But just go on his My Case, look
I
at
did.
every data entry that's on there. Every one of them says converted. Now go
Yeah.
do a quick, simple Google search of in Indiana why the cases show converted.
Because they converted it over from fucking paper to digital. Would be my guess. But I seen it on there last night. The dude's
Yeah,
got a lengthy fucking prison record.
everything on there is converted. I'll let everybody know why when I go live why that shit got converted.
Yeah. Well, he was definitely fucking guilty.
Fuck yeah, he was guilty. Like when I'm telling you, anybody that stands with that fucking cocksucker after this all this paperwork comes out, they are nothing but fucking straight Chomo supporters.
Say yes, Seeper. I was trying to explain that. They don't want to hear it. Here's what it is there's so much fucking disdain for people in the community that no matter what you say, even they're gonna try to find a way to weasel out of it or spin it or something. The dude is a fucking weirdo. Anybody that fucking gets herself get somebody off to the side where they can fucking seclude them from somebody. Now, just think of this being your daughter, and the motherfucker says, "Hey, either do this or I'm gonna fucking hurt you." Bro, there's something wrong with people like that. They're
Well, this is
opportunists,
the other
man.
thing too. The story they tried to run with was the dad forced the girl to make that statement. So the detective interviewed both of those girls when they were 13 years old, and both of their
The
story
dad can't write a statement.
on 2 different days. He interviewed those girls. Their stories are identical. At 13 years old, you got a detective breathing down your neck in an interrogation room. Do you think that that a damn detective ain't smart enough to know if a story was coerced or not?
Yeah. Well, first of all, let me clear the air on that, okay? Because that's what I've heard too. The dad wrote the report. No, it doesn't happen that way. The only person that can write the report besides the victim is somebody with legal stature, meaning the police officer. So the victim can say shit and then the police write the report. But the dad absolutely cannot fucking write the report because that is secondhand information and it's admissible in court. That does not fly.
Well, do you
So,
think this, if by their story that, and I think they went to a different one now. They're saying that now it went to he battered the dad.
yeah. Yeah,
But
that's what I heard
do
too.
you
I
think
said, and I told Cashville then, I was like, so the dad probably when he seen him jumped on him just because he got his ass whooped don't mean that the fucking dude didn't do it. Fuck you, Will.
there's
And I
no
hung up.
battery charges on the dad? The charges, his initial sex charges, got amended like a year later after he been sentenced and shit. They
Mhm.
got amended to battery. So you mean to tell me that these people think that he's not guilty because he pled guilty to sex charges, did about a year's worth of sentencing? Like if they'll look at the dates on his My Case, look at all those dates and how many months and months and months later it was. So you mean to tell me y'all think he's not guilty after he's done a year pleading guilty on the initial charges,
Yeah, it
and
don't work that way.
then he gets back in court with a different lawyer and it gets amended to battery?
Well, he got back in court over a violation.
Right. And that's when he was able to get them amended and reduced down to battery. But that don't take away the fact that the motherfucker pled guilty and did a year's worth of fucking sentencing. Did like 14 fucking classes. I have all the paperwork where
Well,
he did
you
all
know what?
fucking
You know what
classes.
sounds weird about that though, bro? Because I'm wondering if that was a different case altogether. Because I'm gonna ask you something. So when the judge sentenced you to 3 years, 2.5 suspended, 180 days house arrest, that's 180 days is 6 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that case was over. But if you go and look, he caught another case. He caught
His
another
ini-
case at the same time, like a
his
month or
initial His initial charges is 5 counts.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is if you go look at the time frame, there's another case that it was a couple days after or before or whatever. And I'm wondering if the other part of the probation was on a whole different fucking case.
I don't see it in the records. The records he got aiding and abetting to child the child stuff. He got 2 counts of the child stuff. He got battery, and then I forget what the last charge is. I could look it up real quick if I need to. But he had
I'm
5
thinking
initial charges, and but I think the 2 other lower ones, the battery and whatever that last one was, I think they either got rid of those, suspended them or something, because it's only those first 3 counts that they really show in the beginning part of the paperwork, and then at the end of the paperwork, those other 2 charges come back up to where it's 5 charges again. I think where he violated, then they just kind of reinstated all those charges again. And Johnny, that motherfucker's so stupid. He thinks that when you violate probation, that the whole case starts back over. No, motherfucker, that shit don't happen. That you don't start a case back over and you bring all the fucking victims and witnesses and let's just have court all over again. That's not how it goes. You start a new case with your violation on those charges.
Well, fuck, don't you know
Or
Dagmo
based
suing
off those
everybody off
charges.
fucking internet? He is the fucking the end all know all to what happens in every different state and everything, boy. He is just fucking certified.
You think as many times as that stupid son of a bitch has been arrested and been through court that he would know the laws, but he is fucking clueless. And you know, he's up here posting where they charge where him and his fucking toothless bitch ass wife posted or came and pressed bogus charges on me. Motherfucker, I beat that case. I beat y'all's dumbass. That's why it's dismissed and not on my fucking record.
Mm. Yeah, I'm surprised that okay, mycase.gov. I'm surprised that you didn't fuck him up over that shit.
Oh, it's coming. I'm not done with it. I'm glad that motherfucker owns that motorcycle because now he's got something that I can fucking take for fucking get my money back.
Yeah, he's a fucking
The motherfucker's smart. I'll give him a word of advice. He better get that motherfucker out of his name.
I wouldn't even tell him that. I'm trying to find that shit in Indiana.
And I mean, him running around saying I'm a stalker, like, because I would never do this shit to nobody. I would never go like fucking, you know, like do the fucking petty shit like what he did, come file charge, you know, them bogus bullshit charges on me. I wouldn't do that to him. But since he started it with me, it's fucking on. I mean, like, I'm fucking going after this motherfucker civilly for every dollar that I fucking spent.
Okay, yeah. So, all right, here's the different case number that I was talking about. So on 522 criminal felony, 1997. Okay, and it would. So this is a whole nother fucking case that he got. This one here is 41DO1-9705 CM-00015 State versus Peebler, Johnson Superior Court, criminal misdemeanor on 529 and 97. So this happened days after. I'm telling you, he caught another fucking charge, and that shit's all wrapped up into one. So, but on the criminal felony of 522, when he got sentenced on that particular case, he got a total of 3 years, 2.5 suspended, and 2.5 suspended and 6 months house arrest. And that's why it says not concurrent, but the other shit, consecutive. In other words, he had to start one and then he had to finish his 6 months house arrest on this particular case, and then the probation for this fucking criminal misdemeanor shit started. That's how they kept him on probation for so long.
Yeah, Brandy Day. She's got the right charges right there, so she must have looked it up. It was trespassing and disorderly conduct. That's what was attached to those child charges.
Yeah. Hold on. I got it right here. Yeah. But if you look, filed on 5/29/1997. And if you go back right here to the other one, this one here was filed on 5/22 in 1997. So it was filed, what, 5 or 6 days later, whatever it is.
Yeah.
7
This
days
is
later. So he
this
got in
other
trouble a
thing.
week later over something else.
This is the other thing too. They can scream they're going to sue people all they want. You know, if Ricky tries to sue anybody, you know the first thing, like if I told Cashville today, tell the motherfucker to start with me. Because you
Mhm.
think I won't have my lawyer bring that whole fucking case back up in public eye? I'll fucking go through. I'll have that fucking case fucking air with a fine tooth fucking comb out on Front Street in the fucking court.
Well, here's what I do know. If all this shit was together, it had the same case number, right? So say they added this one, they added charges on this one, it would be amended, but it would be with this 41DO197 CF00070. It would be on that fucking case. It would have that case number with it. Anytime you catch a new charge, it's a new case number when it gets filed. They didn't amend it and put it, or they didn't, this wasn't at the same time. They were just close to the same time. And that's what's got people fucked up. That's exactly what that is.
The other thing too, is with they're trying to talk about they're going to sue somebody for defamation or whatever. Well,
Not
you can't
defamation.
defamation. You have to have reasonable belief that what you're saying is true. Well, I got 82 pages that gives anybody reasonable belief. So good luck filing a fucking defamation case.
All right,
Now,
so check
what
this out.
Jagmo's doing, running around
Let
calling people stalkers and harassers,
Yeah,
that's
that's
actually
defamation.
considered fucking defamation.
Let's just read this, just for the shits and giggles of it, even though I read it last night. So y'all remember this date, 02/22/1998. Defendant appears in person by counsel. Guilty plea entered. Plea agreement entered. Defendant's rights listed. This is where he got the fucking sentence to the Department of Corrections for 3 years. Said counts are run consecutive. That means you have to finish one sentence before you start the other one. Okay. Now let's go back to this other charge. This is what Rusty tried to point out the other night, I believe. So the other one was sentenced on 2/22/98, right?
Yeah, that was the initial sentencing where he pled guilty to the sex charges.
All right. So this is 8/11/1997. Defendant appears in person. Oral motion amend charging information. When did he fucking plead out this one? Or did he not? This may be where the no guilty shit come from. But these are different fucking court dates. It's not the same case, is what I'm getting at.
I don't know. Indiana's fucking their
So they
portal is fucked
dismissed
up.
this one. No, this is the case that he caught 5 or 7 days prior to catching the other one. On 11/30/1998, defendant appeared in person by counsel. States oral motion to dismiss the case is granted. So this one here, he was found not guilty on, but it was 5 days after he committed the first fucking felony. This is a misdemeanor. And that may be where they're getting that fucking shit from, where he's not guilty, but he pled guilty to that shit. And somewhere in here he fucked up and he got on probation or something, or he was already in trouble and was had to finish serving that sentence before he served this one. That's what consecutive means. When you go to court and you get in trouble and you got a bunch of charges, you want everything to run concurrent. In other words, from the time that you were in jail initially to the end of your sentence, you want all that shit to be run concurrent, because if they run it consecutive, that means you have to finish one sentence before you start another one.
Yeah, back to back.
Mm-hmm. And that's the part that these dumb motherfuckers don't realize. They don't know what they're reading when they read it.
I honestly think that maybe they do know, that they're just don't want to fucking to accept the fact that this motherfucker pled guilty to fucking child sex charges.
Yeah, no doubt. But he's got so much shit going on right here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking cases right here that are and this one of them was in 2003. That don't have nothing to do with that other shit.
No, because I can assure you, if somebody came and locked me up today for some child
Civil
charges
perjury.
that I was fucking that I was guilty of, that I was innocent of, to the death of me. You're not gonna get me to fucking sign no fucking plea agreement, no fucking kind of child shit.
Amended
And the
transfer
other thing too
order
is,
due to
if anybody goes,
clerical error. Go ahead.
the motherfucker says in one of his songs, Ricky Gagger says in one of his songs, "So what if I'm a chomo?"
I've never heard that.
The fuck? Why would you put that in your song? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's crazy. So he's admitting it.
To
So
me,
he's
that's what I believe.
that's what it
I
sounds
feel
like.
like it's a fucking chomo. I mean, after reading the paperwork, you got the motherfucker that says this in a song. I feel like he's a fucking chomo. And I feel like it's sick for
So,
anybody to defend it.
evidently, so does he. That's why he's singing about it. He said that shit. Oh my god. You can't make this shit up. This motherfucker's trolling that community over there, and they're so fucking stupid they don't realize it.
They're fucking idiots, man. I mean, idiots. I expected out of Dagmo, but I really didn't expect it out of Cashville. And like I said,
Bro,
it
he
disappointed
took that
me.
shit personal, man. I wonder why. Why did he
I
take
don't
that
know.
so personal? You got some shit like that on your fucking conscience, Cashville? Is that what it is?
Look, I am not fucking with nobody. I don't give a fuck even. I know it happens in a small percentage across the world, but I mean, it's just like with Haystack. You know, Haystack caught a bunch of them kind of charges.
And I
I am
don't
not
fuck with
fucking.
Haystack either after I found that shit out.
I am not fucking with nobody that even remotely has charges like that. I don't even
No,
care
sir.
if you got fucking found not guilty of them. I'm not fucking with you. Because I've lived 48 years of my life and I've never caught no fucking child bullshit charges because I'm not a fucking weirdo.
Cosmic Crazy said, changed his name from Fro Ricky Freeze and then changed it to Gagger. I rest my case. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
This motherfucker large in charge said, come to Short Mountain, this real men would teach you how to move. Bitch, fuck you and fuck Short Mountain. How about that? Short Mountain ain't shit. You stay up there with all them fucking hippie ass bums with running generators. You
Yeah,
piece of
don't
shit.
hang around 13-year-olds when you're an adult. Exactly, Ringo. That's what I said. I don't have time for a motherfucker who got himself in that kind of position anyway, because he's hanging out with fucking children. For what? There's nothing a kid can offer me like that. Not on that kind of shit. You know what I mean? Mm-mm.
Man, nobody gives a fuck about Short Mountain. Bunch of fucking weirdos out there. Y'all probably got fucking chomo charges out there too.
Oh, no doubt. No fucking doubt.
Yeah,
AKA Meth
Crystal said it
Mountain.
right, Meth Mountain. That's what it is. That's what Short Mountain is. A bunch of fucking heads.
Oh, shit. Walking around shaking that fucking Mountain Dew bottle with that goddamn Coleman Camp oil. Look out, motherfucker.
I mean, if you think you're gonna try to intimidate me with something, you better come up with something better than Short Mountain.
What's wrong with people, man?
Bro, if you
All
only
that.
knew this fucking place out here, it's a fucking like a homeless fucking community out here in Cannon County. They
You
all live
better
out.
watch it. You
They
better
all
watch it.
live
He's
out
going to
in
run you
fucking
over with
woods
his shopping cart.
with a horse, because that's what they ride out there is horses.
Yeah.
But they all fucking live fucking. I mean, I've had tons of them out there calling, man, can I borrow a generator? Like, hell no, you ain't fucking cooking no meth on my fucking generator, bitch.
Cooking fucking meth. Oh, shit. You just can't make this shit up, dude. Oh, man. Walking around with fucking car battery acid and fucking Coleman cook oil. Better watch it. Motherfucker spray
I've
that
heard
shit
it
on
all. You try to threaten me with fucking Short Mountain. Fuck Short Mountain.
you. Oh, shit.
I'll come out there and piss on your mountain. How about that?
Oh, no phone calls today, please. No phone calls. Deny. We're not taking no calls today. I don't know, man. I know this. I know that they're all running around in the fucking back streets trying to pressure everybody into fucking agreeing with this shit. And
That's what's
I ain't
weird.
doing it. I ain't doing it.
It's so weird. It's like, man, why are y'all trying to push this shit? I mean, and to me, it seems like it's because they're trying to go at Tim and Laurie, and they're using a fucking chomo to do it. And it's like, dude, this ain't got shit to do with Tim and
They're
Laurie.
grifting, man. Daggy is trying to set up a grift to beg people for money. Case closed. That's all it is. And he doesn't give a fuck what he uses. That's how nasty he is. He'll use. Dude, why do you think he got so mad at Miss Vicky? Think about that for a second. You
I
know
don't
what the
know.
lady did wrong? She paid for the cremation and shit for that dog. She paid the vet bills for that dog. So Dagmo could not use it as a grift, and he got fucking mad because at that time he'd have got probably 3 or 4 times the amount of what it really cost to have that dog done. And when Miss Vicky paid for it, he wasn't able to use it as a grift. So he fucking lost his cool. He was mad at her when he should have been thankful. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I mean that's the dog that in my opinion they fucking killed because they locked that dog up in that fucking 600 square foot apartment and they fucking chain smoked fucking Misty 2000s every day.
Oh yeah, they were blowing him shotguns. What are you talking about? Come here, buddy. Let daddy love you. You want to hit this? Yeah, it's sick as fuck. That's really what happened though. Cause how did Miss Vicky go from somebody being such a sweet lady, you know, cause she's got a big fucking heart, bro. So what she do, she takes it upon herself because Dagmo's a fucking bum and can't pay his vet bills. And she's like, oh, that poor dog's fucking suffering, and sends the money down there and pays it. And Daggy loses his fucking shit because he didn't ask her or she didn't ask him if she could do it. She just voluntarily did it. And that was thousands of fucking dollars, bro. That wasn't $200 or $300. They had a big vet bill down there over Buddy. And Daggy couldn't use it as a fucking grip because once Miss Vicky paid for it, what could he say? And he fucking lost his shit over it. That's exactly what it was. He's
Well, all I can
gotten,
tell them is
he's
they better get
gotten,
that. He
my bad.
better keep that motorcycle cleaned up, and she better start selling a lot of fucking Timu pussy spray because
Mm.
when that fucking civil case gets
Even
ready to
if
hit
she is
the
showing fucking shit that motherfucking is some type of pussy wash or some type of shit, and y'all out there fucking laughing about it because she's fucking making money.
My bad, Super. I had to play that.
that was perfect timing.
As soon as you opened the door for it, I had to fucking play it.
Yeah, they better
Oh,
get to fucking selling that pussy spray.
bro, if it works on that motherfucker, it's a cure all end all, I guess. I ride the Harley through there a lot on 41.
Oh,
I
hell
don't,
yeah.
hey, you know what's sad is that dude ain't never had a fucking pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of until he started begging on YouTube. And it's paying him pretty decent, I guess, because we all seen the come up straight from Section 8 to a fucking place and cars and fucking Harleys. He's figured out how to grift on here for sure.
You know what? I'm surprised. What's that dude's name that fucking scratched their car up? High Dollar.
Oh, high dollar.
High Dollar. I'm surprised that there hasn't been a High Dollar or somebody else that they've all snitched on in that county. I'm surprised, and I'm just waiting for it. And like, I mean, I don't wish
Oh,
this
it's
on
gonna
nobody,
happen.
but I feel like somebody's gonna fucking run that son of a bitch off the road, and they're gonna find that turkey in a ditch.
Something happened. You can't do people that way and that not come home to roost for sure. And no
You
pun
know,
intended in the roost part, but
you know what I always think about, and I envision this happening to him, is somebody that remember back in the day with the bicycle spokes, and somebody would go and stick a fucking stick in your front tire to make you flip it end over end. I envision one of them people that he snitched on hiding out in the ditch when he goes driving by on that motorcycle, and they throw a fucking stick in his front tire.
what you do is you fucking hide in the ditch, and when he comes by, you just swing that baseball bat right over the top of the handlebars. That does everything.
I mean, that's what I envision somebody up there in his town doing to him. I mean, he's got a lot of balls, man, to fucking You snitched on a whole town and you're out riding on a motorcycle? Because it
He
don't
don't
take
have
much.
no balls, bro. That's
I
why
mean,
he goes live. He's scared to death every day. That's what all them cameras are about and all that shit.
it don't take much to get knocked off a motorcycle. And I mean, High Dollar might be the one that does it. I don't know.
Trust me, he's got a strict riding regimen. During the day, live on camera. That way, if anybody does anything to him, they got a record of it. So they can go get locked up. That's exactly what he uses that shit for. Yeah. Shout out E-Bagged House. It was awful funny that he was so much against the public corruption in his town that he went and got a place from a motherfucker that really had some public corruption going on. Now, you tell me that makes sense.
Well, yeah, what happened to the corruption? Because, I mean, we ain't heard about the corruption in forever.
Well, no, it benefited him. As long as it benefits Johnny, he's okay with it. See, that's his whole fucking gig. He wants to be Charleston White so fucking bad that it's fucking hilarious. He doesn't have the right leg to stand on. Nobody else has got that much lack of self-awareness or and they've got too much pride to go out there and beg and bum everything like that. If that dude wants to live his life that way, go for it. But I'll tell you this, that shit don't last but so long. That shit does not last but so fucking long. He is stuck in the one little community where he is. He cannot never get out of that because of the stuff he said. Normal people that's actually got, a little bit of self-decency to their self and shit will not participate in that. You'll never see him anywhere else other than right here doing what he's doing. And that shit will then dwindle out the right. That's the truth. So when's your live, Seeper? Oh, that mother's on a phone call. Hey, Miss Brandy, will you drop Seeper's channel in the chat, please, and let me?
Yeah, I might have to jump off. I'm gonna go live today. I don't know exactly what time. I got to jump off and get some stuff done, and then it'll probably be somewhere around 5 or 6 o'clock. Because I want to go ahead and just get this shit, put all this shit to bed, and let them motherfuckers just go and stay in their little. They can create their own little Mo house over there for all the Mo supporters.
All they're gonna do is try to spin it and say that your shit's fake, but
they can't spin
it. When you do go live, tell everybody what website you got it from. That way they can fucking go there themselves.
No, it just didn't come from a website. The shit you get on a website, you can't get this paperwork. This came straight from the courthouse. This is every one of the court files. It's all stamped, signed, certified.
You got an envelope that come in?
No, they sent it to me digitally. But
okay.
Yeah, they email it to you. I can get hard copies of it if I want hard copies of it. But once they started talking about suing and shit, and because I remember back when me and T did that live that night, you remember we did that live, and then it was 2 hours later, old Dagmo and old fucking Toothless went over there. They got in the car, drove down here, and filed them bogus charges on me. And then, and I'm gonna talk about that case too, because that motherfucker was like, "Oh, he couldn't talk about nothing, couldn't do nothing, blah blah." Nah, motherfucker, I talk all I wanted. I just been busy with life.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I've kind of just gotten away from YouTube because there's so many fucking weird motherfuckers. It's like, I mean, there's more good people on here, but it's like these weird motherfuckers just make it toxic, and it's like,
yeah, all this shit started with Dagmo. And that's the part that fucking blows my mind. How can you claim to be a fucking friend of Ryan at all and support Dagmo at any kind of way level at all? Because all you're doing is saying it's okay to fucking run the man down, slander the fucking man for years on end, and it's all right. He's accepted. It's like, get the fuck out of here. I don't fuck with people like that. Once you do something like that, Power Stroke said it best the other day. Once you do something like that, it's a fucking rap, and it's fuck you for life. Because that's what a man does. These people are so childish, bro. They just let the shit blow right off her fucking back.
That's what's so disappointing with Cash for me is because, I mean, he's 30 minutes from me here, and it's like, he knows that I don't come with no bullshit. I'm not going to put no bullshit out. I'm not going to fake no bullshit. And it's like, dude, you're fucking, I'm telling you what I'm reading and what I see and what I have. And it's like, you're sitting here just fucking keep on, like pushing this bullshit. And it's just like, dude, if the motherfucker did that to your daughter, would you feel the same way? I mean, like literally.
He didn't do it, bro. Ask Cashville, I'll tell you, not guilty, goddammit. 5 fucking times. He don't know what he's reading, bro. It's not his fault. He was hungry during that lesson in school that day, Super. He missed fucking breakfast that
He
morning.
can clearly read that the guy pled guilty and then it was amended to battery. Because that's what he told me. He's like, man, he was found guilty of battery. It was because the charges were reduced. His initial charge was those child crimes, and they reduced it. Like if that guy did that to your daughter and the court system reduced the charges, are you just gonna let it go and be like, oh well, it's okay, you just violated my daughter, but since you got battery charged, since the court reduced it and you got battery charges, it's okay now? Hell no.
Yeah,
Fuck that.
there's usually reasons why they fucking, there's more mitigating factors of why they lessen a charge, right? And so one, maybe the state felt like it didn't have a good chance of beating the case, so they're gonna make a plea. 2, the jail was overcrowded. 3, the kid was fucking young at the time. He was 18 years old. He was fucking young. I'm not going to deny that. And they take all this shit into factors. It's like, so when he first got discharged, he may not have had a bunch of points on his record. And that's how they do it, folks. They go by a point system. So once you've been in trouble so much, you start getting points. Once you get those points and you get found guilty of something else, they add all that shit together, and that's how they come up with your fucking sentence.
I even heard Dagmo say something because now the court records show that he was 19. Not that it matters, 18, 19, you're still a fucking adult there, and the
Yeah,
kids are 13
that
years
was a
old.
fucking kid that was just had turned a teenager, and they forced her under threat of beating her up.
Yeah. And I heard that Dagmo was like, well, if the Romeo Juliet law had been in effect, then it wouldn't have been a problem. No, motherfucker, it was still a problem. The Romeo and Juliet law don't affect a 19 and a 13-year-old.
They threatened the girl. Fuck a Romeo and Juliet law. They wasn't in love with one another. It's not like 2 kids fucking got together and were okay with it. And one, you know what I mean? It was by force. You dumb motherfuckers. There's a difference. And that's the part that throws me with these idiots.
And I got stone cold proof that Ricky Gagger's a fucking liar. Not only is he fucking a fucking child predator, he's a fucking liar.
Yeah, it's not an 18-year-old running off with a 15-year-old, or it's not an 18-year-old running off with a 16-year-old, or, this is something that was done by force. And that's the part that, oh, she lied. That's the only thing they can say to try to justify this shit. Her dad made her say it. No, fuck it, she did. She went home crying, and her dad said, what the fuck happened? Are you okay? She said, Daddy, they got me in the shack down there and made me do nasty things. And these people, it's like, what? They secluded her and took her to a fucking shack where nobody could see what happened, probably offering to smoke weed with her or something. Got her over there and fucking threatened her. They had a plan. They schemed on fucking getting this kid by herself and fucking getting her away from everybody. And when they did, what did they do? That's the part that throws me with this shit.
Kentucky Sweetness said he already said he was involved in a drug case and they were trying to get to his plug. Well, I know they said that, but that's nowhere in the court documents or anything about anything involving that. And then the thing of them running with the dad forced that girl to make a statement. Well, it's 2 girls. It's 2 different girls that made the same statements. Did the dad force both of the girls? I mean, how stupid can they be?
Yeah, no, and one of them's gone, dude. It affected her so much in her life, she never recovered from it. And that's something else too, right? These people, they're so goddamn disconnected from what's really going on.
Yeah, I mean, this is a bad look for them because, I mean, defending, and they can call it, because that's like Cash, he told me, he's like, dude, I'm not defending or supporting the guy.
Yes,
But
you
you
are.
are. You
Yes, fuck
are.
you are.
I mean, you're basically going to war with people over that situation. So you are defending and supporting him. And I mean, when it all comes out, I'm gonna assure you, when he sees all 82 pages of this shit, he's
He's
gonna have a
still,
he's gonna have
he's
a
not
different
smart enough,
outlook.
bro. He's
Now,
not smart enough.
I think when he sees all this shit, he's gonna be like, "Whoa, I was fucking an idiot,"
Yeah,
and he's gonna
he's
try to
not smart enough.
backpedal. But I'm just telling you right now, there is no fucking backpedaling on me because, like I told him, I
Yeah,
said,
that's
"Me,
why I was fixing to say.
we don't got nothing else to discuss." Because I mean, he sit here and argued and argued and argued with me over that shit, and I'm just sitting here telling him, "Dude, I have the fucking shit."
Bro, he called me all kinds of fucking names because I wouldn't. And it's like, bro, you can't guilt trip me to think that this shit's okay. When you start trying to manipulate me or trying to guilt trip me, it's a fucking wrap. I'm done with you. I don't have time for that. It's okay to make a mistake, right? It's okay to misjudge something. But when you start trying to publicly humiliate me or fucking try to talk down to me because I won't agree with you on something, it's a fucking wrap.
I mean, the sad part is that fucking that state failed those girls.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, that's
They
really
didn't
the
know how to
sad
deal
part.
with that shit back then, bro.
Yeah, that's
Is
really the
what
sad
bothered me.
part about this whole case is like, one's passed away and the other one, I'm sure she's probably got lifelong trauma from it, but that state failed them. But it's just how the state does. I mean, I see it every day in the fucking courtrooms and shit. They fucking reduce charges that shouldn't be reduced just to get them in the system to get a fucking monthly fucking paycheck from them. It's a business. The court system is a money fucking racket.
Oh yeah.
It's like, let's
Here's my thing. Here's my thing, Seeper. You couldn't get a word in edgewise to explain to him where he was wrong, right? The motherfucker started screaming, bro. I mean, like fucking really triggered, raging out, taking up for this dude. Y'all should have heard this fucking phone call. And I'm just kind of looking at the phone, just kind of laughing. And by then I was just kind of just trolling him. You know what I mean? Just kind of fucking with him back and forth because I know he's a goddamn idiot at this time. But this man's blood pressure was at about 500 last night, screaming at me on the fucking phone, calling me an idiot and all kinds of shit because I wouldn't agree with him. Here's the thing. I tried to explain to him. Do you remember how DUIs used to be? You used to get a DUI every fucking day of the week and they wouldn't do nothing to you about it. And then there became a time when they passed law and legislation and it got stiffer and stiffer. Now you get a fucking DUI, they fuck you up. And it's the same thing with this shit. They knew they had a problem, but they just didn't have laws in place to protect kids back then. They didn't have records of how bad the shit was happening all over the United States. Now they do.
Well, I mean, that's a great point because things are way different now than they were in 97.
Yeah. Now they will fuck you up over this shit. That dude got lucky and committed this crime right around the time frame that it was still kind of lax. The laws were still kind of laxed on it. Now it's not so much. He'd have done that shit now, he'd be fucking fried forever. This shit would be on his record. He would and the fact that it started off as a felony should tell you something.
Well, yeah. Well, I got to get off here, man. I got to get some shit done. But I'll be looking towards for maybe around 5 or 6 o'clock. And I'll put everything out. And everybody, the community, everybody look at all the paperwork. You can save it, screen record it, whatever you want to do. Y'all go through the paperwork and y'all make your own decision
I
on
already
whether.
have, bro. I can read that off just the initial shit. But I'll be watching for sure.
All right. That's cool. I appreciate you letting me up. Yeah.
I appreciate you coming up, Bo.
All right. See you, chat.
All right, Bo. Well, there you go. So now, after the night after Super gets done, there won't be any question about it because he's got all the fucking records. Show your face. We're so fucking mad at you. We want to see what you look like. I've seen his face. He's a normal motherfucker, dude. This shit's hilarious. People get so fucking traumatized. Why don't you get mad about the right shit, man? All right, y'all. I'm fixing to go fucking get caught up on some shit and watch some stuff and chill. We'll see y'all over at Seepers around 5 or 6. Y'all have a good day. And keep your fucking head on straight. We'll holla. Peace.